Welcome back to our channel. Please subscribe so that you will not miss our future videos. See the links in the description box below if you also want to make money online. South Africa's Defense and Military Veterans Minister, Thandi Modise, has publicly condemned what she sees at the United States of America trying to bully African countries. She accused the United States of attempting to exert its influence on African countries by trying to bully them into cutting business ties with Russia. Modise said that African countries should reject the Countering Malign Russian Activities in Africa Act, which seeks to impose sanctions on any African businesses or individuals who engage in trade with Russia. In a statement, Modise argued that we cannot be bullied simply because we are a growing economy. We have national interests, we have regional interests, so we must make sure we stand our ground where it counts. These comments come amid Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine, which has been ongoing for almost a year. Modise's statement is a strong rebuke of the United States' attempts to interfere in the economic relationships of African countries. It is not the first time that the U.S. has tried to exert its influence in this manner. In the past, it has also attempted to pressure African countries into limiting their business ties with China. This behavior is highly problematic, as it undermines the sovereignty of African nations and threatens to disrupt the economic growth and development of the continent. Africa is home to a number of rapidly growing economies, and it is important that these countries are able to trade freely with whomever they choose, without fear of intimidation or coercion from external powers. Furthermore, it is important to note that the U.S. has a long history of interfering in the affairs of other countries, often with disastrous consequences. The U.S. has a well-documented history of regime change operations, in which it has overthrown governments and installed puppet leaders in their place. This has led to widespread suffering and instability in countries such as Iraq, Afghanistan, and Libya, and has done little to promote global peace and security. It is therefore deeply concerning that the U.S. is once again attempting to interfere in the affairs of other countries, this time in Africa. African countries should be free to determine their own economic relationships without interference from external powers. They should be able to trade with whomever they choose without fear of reprisal. Modise's statement is a strong and necessary rebuke of the U.S. attempts to bully African countries into cutting business ties with Russia. It is important that African countries stand up for their sovereignty and resist these attempts at interference. The U.S. should respect the sovereignty of African countries and allow them to determine their own economic relationships without interference. The people of Africa deserve to be able to determine their own future, free from external coercion and interference.